We're back with another reflection on the Daily Vedantic. Today's reflection is on a core concept within Vedanta. This concept is, in Sanskrit, it's called Sakshi, which means witness. We're called within this philosophy to cultivate this sense of observation of what's going on around us. Even further, a sense of observation of what's going on within us. Observing like you would observe feelings of your body, sensations within your body. We're called to observe, cultivate this sense of witnessing the thoughts that go through our minds. Even further, cultivating, using the intellect to even watch what's happening within the intellect. So the body might be tossed between pleasure and pain. And as we're told, the world is defined as opposites within this philosophy. The world is opposites. Heat, cold, pleasure, pain, joy, sorrow. And on the body level, we have pleasure, pain. Within this vehicle, we have to navigate the world. The mind gets tossed between joy and sorrow. And it just feels oftentimes it's just this wheel going up and down between joy and sorrow, looking forward to joy, trying to avoid sorrow, feeling inevitable joy coming from something momentous in our lives, feeling inevitable sorrow coming from something that feels like it is escaping us or a downfall. A sickness that might lead to the loss of a loved one, and feeling that sense of sorrow coming and just going between these two opposites. And then within the intellect, you have opposites of something like honor and dishonor. Oh no, I'm going to feel shame for X, Y, or Z, or oh wow, this is going to get me admiration and honor if I do it properly. Sometimes we go through all three of those. You can have that trip to the gym. You can have a mix between all of these things, especially if you do a class with others. Sometimes I can get into my head around honor and dishonor of how well I perform during a class with others, as if others are paying attention to me. But when that feeling arises, the Sakshi, the witness, the observation can also arise of, oh wow, I am going a little bit easy to avoid too much pain in the body. Wow, I'm kind of seeking to escape this class that I signed up for and paid $35 here in Venice for. This sense of observation, sense of witnessing, this quality of the Sakshi, the witness, could take place on the level of the mind, where I'm seeing, okay, push through, go really hard, because there will be joy on the other side of a workout that I know I really went hard in. And then you have honor and dishonor at the level of the intellect. The subtlest equipment we have that's, like I said, have this thought arise of, it's actually never, I want to do the best in the class. It's always, okay, I don't want to shirk accountability or responsibility for the teacher that's trying to push us. Or I'm seeking, in some silly way, seeking their approval, their validation that I did well. And the Sakshi, the witness in me, sees that. It says, no, that's not the point of this workout. To accrue any admiration. The point of this workout is to get stronger so that I can serve those around me better, including myself, serve myself better, get stronger. I mean, the idea of firm limbs goes all the way back to the Upanishads. 10,000-year-old idea of keeping your limbs firm so that they don't become a distraction to you in your pursuit of realization. And it could be your pursuit of profitability with a business you just started. Could be your pursuit of being a present and extremely helpful parent. It could be your pursuit of being a great significant other or finding a great significant other. Great reason to keep your limbs firm so that your health doesn't become a distraction from being able to pursue all of those. The Sakshi is core. Not only is it just something that you could practice essentially every moment of every day, but the reason it's core to this philosophy is that it's both the practice and the result. And this is really unique in that it is both the practice and the result. Cultivating the witness, that is the practice. While you're brushing your teeth and you're worried about some meeting that might happen an hour later, or the traffic, or stressing about getting to this place on time and feeling that stress rise, the practice is to recognize, oh, wow, okay, there's a desire. I want this interview to go well. I want this meeting to go well. I don't want to have any shame of dropping off the kids late to school. All of these things could arise during the 2 minutes you're brushing your teeth. The approach of the Sakshi, the witness, is to see that arise, to watch it. You don't get invited to trip with friends, to not react from a place where you are blind to what's happening within you, but to watch, oh wow, that doesn't feel good. And I'm noticing that I want to escape this feeling with gossip or calling up another friend that wasn't invited and indulging in, I don't know, bad-mouthing or jumping into a state of victimhood, or it's this desire to turn on a podcast or turn on the TV to escape that feeling. All of that is this cultivation of the witness, to recognize, oh, I'm trying to repress this feeling. And any feeling repressed will always come back tenfold. And anytime we repress something, this philosophy is very clear to never repress an emotion. Because when we repress it, it comes back stronger. So instead of repressing it and seeking an indulgent escape from it, you just watch it. Almost watch the narrative that we create in our heads when something doesn't go the way that we want. It is the practice that we can apply, like I said, to almost any part of our day, but it's also the result. The more that we practice it, what is so beautiful is the more that we practice it, the more we get this elbow room from our feelings, our thoughts. The more elbow room we get from what's happening within us that maybe in a prior life, maybe in months or years past, it would have just led to some autonomous action of indulgence or resentment or vengeance. How do I get them back? And take the healthiest approach to something not going the way you want. Take the healthiest approach to untying some knot of, why do I feel this way? Oh, I can actually untie it. Oh, I caused this by indulgently cruising through social media before getting ready for work, before going to that meeting. And now I'm stressing because, well, I caused that. In the future, I can choose not to cause it. That reflection, that deep reflection that comes from that witnessing, it is so beautiful, and that it improves the practice, but it is the result. It becomes second nature to dissect and untie these knots within us. It becomes second nature to witness, oh, this is uncomfortable, but I'm going to go through it because it's going to lead to joy on the other side. Or I'm going to disregard this pursuit of honor, dishonor, because that is a distraction from the reason that I should be doing X, Y, or Z in service of those around me. Sakshi. This unique principle that is both a practice and the result of practice. And something that we can apply to essentially every moment of our day, including after you listen to this. What do you want to do? And maybe what should you do? Which is only for you to decide, because this philosophy doesn't have the shoulds and should nots. It doesn't have some list of rules, but it does have these principles, like cultivating this sense of witnessing what is happening before us and within us. And it leads to that elbow room, that separation, that cushion from what's happening around us, what's happening within us, to us, where we no longer think, oh, this is happening to me, but we're able to say, oh, this is happening. I get to decide the role that I'm going to play within this inner turmoil or this outer turmoil of things not going the way that we want. Such a beautiful, beautiful anchor within this philosophy, and that is both the practice and the result of practice. And it is the ultimate result, because that distance, that identification with who we truly are, gets fortified over time with this practice, and eventually gets to the point where you just witness these things happening on a bodily level, on a mind level, and you no longer identify with them. It's like traffic driving down your street. It's just happening, but you are unaffected by it. That is today's reflection on the Daily Vedantic. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Daily Vedantic. This reflection is part of a free repeating 2-year course in Advaita Vedanta. Rooted in the timeless wisdom of the Upanishads, arguably the oldest philosophical texts on earth, you can begin with episode 1, which gives the 15-minute overview of the whole philosophy of Vedanta, or you can join the journey with any episode at any point. But the critical aspect of this course, of understanding and mastering anything, is to study and reflect, even for 10 to 15 minutes on the timeless each day, preferably at the start of your day. As is said in this philosophy, reflection is 100,000 times as powerful as listening. So listen, journal, sit with, discuss these concepts, or ask questions at thedailyvedantic.com with our AI-powered chatbot, informed by about 700 episodes here, as regularly as one can, if you want to see clarity and peace almost effortlessly unfold in your daily life. And if it doesn't result in a near immediate increase in clarity and peace, then toss aside and feel free to never listen again. One of the things that you might notice is after 7 or 8 days in a row, this doesn't feel like a discipline. This feels like a visit with a best friend, to dive into the timeless with daily reflection. Within a few days, it becomes one of your favorite parts of the day. You can also find out more, including news about in-person events in Los Angeles and beyond, at the Daily Vedantic on Instagram, or through our weekly newsletter at thedailyvedantic.com. Additionally, check out the links in our show notes for more resources like the books that are mentioned most frequently in the episodes, including Vedanta Treatise, perhaps the simplest and most straightforward read on this philosophy I've ever come across. Until next time, and from the entire team that works on the Daily Vedantic project, thanks for listening.